Woo! Good times, baby. First off, I want to preface this video by stating that I'm not hating on the Suzuki DRZ 400, okay? It's a great bike, okay? But in this video, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't get a DRZ 400 and what you should get instead. And I'm not talking about this awesome bike. Stay tuned.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
Just to let you guys know, this is my awesome 2019 YZ450FX custom supermoto, which I did a full build series on. I have a link to it in the description and comment section of this video. Whatever motorcycle you get, guys, make sure you're wearing the gear. And if you want to get my gear like this awesome, my favorite helmet, this ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet that comes with an auto tint shield, my motovlog camera airbag vest that helps keep me safe. All my gear always include links in the description and comment section of this video. I don't recommend this bike for everybody because it is a very violent bike. Very violent. And it loves to do wheelies. And it's not for noobs. This is not for noobs, man. It's too violent and erratic. I would recommend a Super Sport over this bike for a new rider. And Super Sports I would never recommend for a noob, but this thing is erratic, man. Oh, I love it, man. But this bike, I don't recommend it because it's high maintenance. You have to do oil changes about every third ride. You're gonna have to, I've never done any valve checks on this bike whatsoever. And I've got over 70 hours on this bike, and it rides better and better now than it did brand new. You do have to do like a top end where you have to change the piston and, you know, give it a fresh overhaul, the engine, and you know that could be quite expensive, and it takes some time. So this is not something you want to be banging out a lot of miles on. This is more of a dessert bike. So if you're looking for a second bike to just crap around here and there on and have some fun and enjoy it, then this is your bike. But if you want a supermoto that you can bang on it, do a lot of hours on it, you know, like a regular, do 3,000 miles before oil change and stuff like that, you know, then you know, a lot of people will tell you go with the DRZ 400, but I'm going to tell you, of course, you got the KTM 690 SMCR and the Husqvarna 701 supermoto. Those bikes are low maintenance and got a lot, you know. And the 690 and 701 have a lot of power, and but it's really heavy. It's like 80 pounds heavier than this bike, so you have to understand that. And oh, that sucked, dude. You know, the reason why I say not to get a DRZ 400 is because it's got a carburetor. At least here in the United States. I think maybe over in Europe they're fuel injected. And the bike is old and outdated now, guys. I mean, it's still relevant. Don't get me wrong. I love old bikes. Don't get me wrong. But that bike is like really, really old now. It needs to be fuel injected. Even though I prefer the older bikes, like I told you in previous videos, but I like fuel injection. I really love it because it gets cold here in Ohio. And I hate having starting problems. I hate maintaining a carburetor. So that's just the way I feel about it, but maybe you don't. I'll tell you guys that I love this bike. You know, the DRZ 400 also, it's a pig at 320 pounds. But it's less weight than a KTM 690 SMCR and Husqvarna 701 in that aspect, but it doesn't have the power. like the 690 and 701, but you can mod the DRZ 400 to be a lot faster. I know that. I know you're gonna say that. Cycle Cruiser, you can mod it. You can get probably like 55 horsepower or something crazy out of it or something. But it's still, you got to put a lot of you got to put mods into it and all that, more money into it, and it still ain't gonna be as good as this bike, baby. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And so if you really want something powerful, then you need to really just get either this bike, if you don't want to do a lot of maintenance, then the 690 or the 701. And but you can do whatever you want to do. But that's why I never got a DRZ 400s, mainly because of the carburetor. I just don't like, me personally, I hate dealing, I don't like carburetors. Never did. Never in my life did I like. I always left that for my brother to do. My late brother, rest in peace. So you also got this new Kawasaki KLX 300 supermoto that's out now, and I think that, you know, that's kind of along the lines of the WR250X, maybe a little bit more powerful. I think it's got, what, 33 horsepower, like 21 pound-feet of torque or something like that. Looks really cool though. That's a great starter supermoto for a lot of you out there that are noobs and looking to get in the supermoto world, and for seasoned riders. Like I said, you can't only go so fast out here on the streets.
Like I've always said, guys, the smaller bikes can be more fun out here on the streets. As you know, I owned a WR250R that I had an absolute blast on, and that bike only had 30 horsepower, maybe 18 pounds-feet of torque, and that was fully modded. But I got everything out of that bike. I can really rip on the throttle, throw it around in the corners. I could ride it off-road, especially with the dual sports setup. You can also keep a set of supermoto wheels for this bike and have a blast with it. Have fun around the corners, and you can still take it off-road with the supermoto wheels as long as you have ADV tires like I have on my YZ.
And this bike is I tell you, it's not for everybody, but to get on that little KLX 300 and rip it around, be able to get more out of it, rip the throttle and throw it around, you probably maybe even have more fun than you would on a 690 or 701 that has a ton more power. But both of those bikes, like I said, are awesome bikes still. It's just my opinion I'm sharing with you guys. But don't listen to me. Go get a DRZ 400, mod it. There's a lot of YouTubers that have done it. They love the bike. Amazing bike for them, and I'm sure it is. But just giving my little 2 cents and letting you know why I never got one. Woo! Yeah, baby. Just messing around out here. See if I can go do some off-road effery out here. Yeah, baby. I ain't going up that hill. It's probably wet, man. I don't feel like getting mud on my tires.
Here's a little bonus transformation from a dirt bike to a street legal supermoto. Links to get all of my supermoto build stuff is at my website, cyclecruiser.com. Now it looks like a proper supermoto, baby.
Woo! Good times, baby. Woo! Anyways, guys, leave a comment. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to subscribe to my All in One Motorcycle channel. Make sure to check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto. Deuces.
Thumbs up. Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.